Hey, what's up, family? It's Getty here from Not Finished Yet. Got another video for y'all. And I love using real life examples in my videos. If you can't already tell, I like to use real world examples for my illustrations in the videos. So I happened to come across this Burger King crown. They have a new Burger King crown. It says $1 Million Whopper Contest. And I know what you're gonna say about going into Burger King, but I got myself a chicken wrap. It wasn't the best thing to eat, but it's good because I got to find a little something to use for my illustration. I spotted this $1 Million Whopper Contest crown with all these dollar signs on it. And it made me think about something. It made me think about the money-hungry world that we live in, where there seems to be a lot of greed. And it seems like everyone's out trying to get a buck. You know, a lot of these businesses, especially places like Burger King and other restaurants and stuff, they're always trying to get a buck, you know, through advertisement or new deals or new food items and so forth. And I noticed that this right here, this $1 Million Whopper Contest crown, is equivalent. I feel like it symbolizes what fool's gold symbolizes. What fool's gold is to real gold, this fake paper crown is to a real gold crown. This right here is like a fool's gold crown. It's so cheap that I can tear it with my hands. You see that? I just tore it. I tore it apart with my hands. This is cardboard. But this is a lot of what happens in our world today. People try to make you think that something is better than it really is. It's deception. It's manipulation. There's a lot of these tactics, even psychological strategies to get people to fall for gimmicks or buy into novelty or fall for the tricks of what fool's gold is. They're trying to sell you something you may not even really need. They may want you to buy into this idea of trying to come up with an idea for $1 million. If your $1 million idea happens to win out of all the other entries, you're going to get some cash. But really, is money the answer? Is this $1 million going to save your life? Is this $1 million going to make you joyful? Is this $1 million going to bring you peace? You have to ask yourself these things. But this is just one aspect. There's a lot of things that try to make itself out to be something that it's not. You know? It's like an imposter. You know, there's a lot of things out here in this world that looks shiny, it looks good, it entices you, it tempts you. You may think you want it, you may think you need it, you may want to, you may try to buy it. I'm gonna actually throw that in the trash now because I don't need that. You may think you want it, but really what you think it might be gold is really just fool's gold. All right? So you have to think about, is this something really worth it? Is this something I really need to go after? Is this something that I really need to pursue? But I say all of this because I do want to tie it into the spiritual principles. I do want to relate it to a spiritual aspect because that's what I like to do in the videos. I like to take the real world example and then I like to tie it into the spiritual example, because this is what the adversary does. We know that there's demons, there's these evil spirits, Satan himself, known as the adversary. When it comes to things like deception, when it comes to things like manipulation, when it comes to things like trickery, sorcery, witchcraft, things that are imposturous, things that trick your mind, when it comes to those spiritual tactics, Satan is the mastermind behind them. So what that means is that we have to be careful in this world, not only in the physical realm where there's these places and things that are trying to trick us into something at times, but also in the spiritual realm where there's also trickery going on, because Satan's using certain setups to try to get somebody to fall for the tricks, and he's using fool's gold as bait, and he's saying, oh, look at this. This is what you need. This is what you can win. This is what you can have. Oh, but here's a catch. You need to deny Christ. You need to give up following Jesus. You need to sell your soul to me. You need to sign the deal. You need to sign the contract. You need to worship me instead. And when you choose to worship me and you choose to follow me, the devil, I will give you all these toys and trinkets. I will give you all these things that catches your eye. I'll give you the $1,000,000. I'll give you the nice cars. I'll give you the women or the men. I'll give you a nice house. So all these different things that people like try to, it's possessions. They try to possess these possessions, and Satan will be right at your doorstep, willing to give you these things. He'll offer these things to you, but you have to pay a price, and it's a spiritual cost. It's such a cost that it costs your soul. But this is a lot of what happens in the spiritual realm, because there are these snares that Satan uses. There's these snares that he'll set out, and you might come across something that looks good, but it's really sinful. And you may come across a temptation that really catches your attention, but you know that it's going to come with some consequences. So just like that paper crown at Burger King wasn't a real crown at all. It was no real kind of crown that held any real value. It wasn't a gold crown with diamonds on it or rubies. It was a paper crown made out of cardboard with no value at all, but maybe like 2 pennies, right? 50 cents. Would you trade $1,000,000 crown for a 50 cents crown? Because that's what happens when you give up Jesus Christ for following Satan. You're trading eternity, a priceless gift, for a worthless gift in a spiritual reality. So you need to be aware of these things, because Satan's going to try to set you up, and he's going to lay things out, and it's going to be fool's gold, but you're going to think it's real gold. You're going to say, oh, I want that crown. I want that gold. But really, it's a paper crown. Really, it's fool's gold. It's not worth anything. I want that girl. I want that woman. But really, it's a vicious, deceptive, narcissistic, psychopathic woman behind the scenes. Oh, I really want that car, but it ends up having a bunch of miles on it, and it has a broken frame. You didn't know that though, because they didn't tell you that information. So it breaks down a week later. I mean, these are the kind of things that happen in this world, because things people are good at making things look good on the outside. People are known for setting up a good image on the outside. Things might look good on the outside, but that's the whole point of fool's gold. It looks good on the outside, but really, it doesn't have any inherent value. Inside, it's just metal or stone, some random stone, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it's not worth anything. That's the point. So don't fall for the tricks. Be watchful. This is what we're called to be. We're called to be watch. Don't fall for the fake crown. Don't fall for the fool's gold. I want to see you receive the real crown after finishing the race. That comes from following Jesus Christ. I want to see you get the real gold medal. That comes from following Jesus Christ in persevering to the end. Finishing the race. So run well. Run this race well. Do the best you can. But you need you need to have Jesus. You need to be close to God, because you're not going to make it without him. You're going to end up with fool's gold. That's all I wanted to say, guys. I got to get back to work now. But just wanted to say God bless you, and thank you for watching.